Hello, Internet. This is Derek, and this is the Sprocket Docket for January 8th, 2015, our first docket of the new year. I'm joined tonight by Allie. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, Allie Berry. I've been here twice, and I write stuff.
There you go. And Isaac Otterman.
Hi, I'm Isaac Otterman, and I write stuff. Yeah, this is my second time.
Isaac even tallied up, we were talking the other day, we had a
Yeah.
Sprocket meeting, that he has written more than anybody.
Actually, I discovered Zach has written more. He's written like 17 things.
Zach keeps pumping them out. It's impressive.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm second, though.
Gotta get on it,
By a
Isaac.
long shot. I have like 8, and he has like 17.
Gotta get on it.
Yeah.
So, but yes, we don't have Robert tonight. This is actually the first docket that Robert has missed, but he is sick tonight. So he said he was going to just be a viewer tonight. So, hi,
Hi,
Robert.
Robert.
We're missing the backbone of the show.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to it's been Robert and I and all of them. So I'm a little scared. I don't have Robert this week. We will find a way to muddle through.
Yeah, you don't got that dissenting opinion in some of those occasions.
I know, for us to argue.
Yeah.
We argued a little bit in the last docket as well. Him and I. Not major, but if you get a chance, you should go back and watch the previous dockets. They were a lot of fun. Our last one was a little bit more serious take, kind of talking about recent Rolling Stones controversy. Yeah, I thought it was a good one. I think it was an interesting one, a little bit different than what we've done in the past. So, yeah, if you get a chance, go back, check those out. We've done a few of them now, and we got more coming in 2015, which kind of leads into what our topic is going to be tonight, where we're talking about what we're excited about in 2015. Lots of stuff.
Nothing. 2015 has nothing in it.
Just, you're done.
I'm going to be 20 in 2015, and that freaks me out a lot.
Gonna
be honest.
The magic number here.
Oh,
Zero.
I'm just going to spend that entire day listening to Teenagers by My Chemical Romance.
Yep, that's you're no longer a teenager, and you hit your second decade. Yeah,
That'll never happen to me. Ever.
No. Just wait till you hit 30. That's a different one.
I like thinking about that. Those are horror stories. Horror.
They just said I like hearing about that. It's like, why are you? This is a weird thing to be getting excited about here. I was like,
Man, I just can't wait till I'm 30. Think about all the things I'll finally be able to do.
yeah, I'm so excited when I'm 30. I might have a mortgage and insurance and stuff, and I'm excited. Anyway, I think what we're going to talk about first, before we kind of dive headlong into the actual topic, is we're going to talk about Dirty Sprocket in 2015. We've had some recent stuff happen, so we're just going to let everybody know what's going on and what to look forward to. I'm really excited. Next week we have 3 blog posts by 3 writers who haven't written for us yet, which makes me very excited. Monday will actually be Isaac's dad, Jeff Otterman, who's got his first post. I've read it. I really enjoy it. It's a little bit different. It's actually talking about poetry, which I think is super cool. So it'll be a little bit different flavor, which is good. Then next Wednesday we have Anne, one of our new Sprocketeers, Anne Orban. She's getting more and more involved, and she's got her first blog post going to be coming Wednesday. And Friday of next week, he's not new, but Jake is writing his first blog post for the new Dirty Sprocket. Now, Jake used to write some blog posts way back when, few versions back of Dirty Sprocket. He written some, but this will be his first since the relaunch. So I'm excited about that. We got new people. We've already been talking with Dylan Bryant and Sarah Reese. Possible a couple more writers we might bring on board for the new year. So very excited about that. I love, too, that I don't have to write very often for blog posts, which makes me happy. So I get to write when I'm actually interested to write about something. So thank you, guys. And thank you, Isaac, when you're talking about all these blog posts you've written. Those are 8 blog posts I didn't have to write. So.
Now the fun part is to see which Otterman writes the more posts in 2015.
Oh, I like it. I like that it's now like almost a full family affair. Is Isaac's sister Anna if you saw our Best of 2014 blog post that I wrote, she did an illustration for us of Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. It was a good post. Talked about all the stuff we enjoyed last year, and I like the illustration Anna did, and she's actually going to be doing some more illustration for us. So almost all the Ottermans.
And of course, the guy who wrote it says it's a good post.
Of course, it was brilliant. You know, the site founder wrote that. You know, I came down, I descended from on high to write that post. So of course.
Wait, what was it? Robert said we should call you like the.
I'm sure it was bad.
I don't remember something. I don't know. Is because he came up with Sprocketeers too, didn't he?
Yes.
I don't remember what it was. It was a good one though.
Yeah, I'm sure it was something awful about me. Is what he wanted to call me. So, hi Robert. Yeah, very excited about that. Like I said, we actually had a meeting recently, a couple of weeks ago, where we were kind of talking about what we want to see from Dirty Sprocket in the new year, and we actually have a couple of other podcasts in the pipe. We're working our way. Robert is kind of spearheading a music podcast right now with Allie is planning on being involved in that, and possibly Dan Woods and some other guests probably come on and off. So we're excited about that one, and we actually have a movie podcast that's kind of spearheaded by me that getting the bugs worked out, and should hopefully have some of those here in the next month or so, kind of getting started with those. So that's not to mean, though, that the docket is dying. The docket will continue. We like it. It's kind of nice that it's a little bit more regular and timely. We kind of talk about current events. So, yeah, excited for that. Allie was very excited when Robert said he wanted to do a music podcast.
You'll notice, okay, so I took notes for this docket about all the things I'm excited for in 2015, right? Okay, this is all music, and then on the back I have, like, some movies and stuff. So, that's me.
I couldn't think of a single thing about music, but that probably...
I got you covered.
Allie will talk on that one then. So, yeah, excited. Very excited about those. We're kind of working on them. They're going to be slightly different format than the docket is. They'll be more recorded and edited, probably be released on SoundCloud and our website. So, yeah, just keep your eye out for that. Beyond that, we've kind of decided we're kind of redoubling our efforts into video. With that, we actually shot a short horror film over the last weekend.
We did?
We did. Isaac forgot the 8 hours we were shooting, apparently. Blocked it out.
Yeah. I already forgot one of the people's names. You know.
Yes. Yep. That was good. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. A lot of people crammed into my trailer, as you can see behind me. We shot a little horror short. A lot of fun. Very excited about it. Hopefully we'll be out in the next month or so. We're kind of just getting the beginning of editing going on that. And that is actually hopefully going to be a series of horror shorts. That we'll have some more details once that one's ready to go up, but hopefully we'll have more of those in the coming year. What I'm really excited about is in February we are talking about relaunching Randy, Travis, and Me. And Allie's excited. If you haven't seen Randy, Travis, and Me, it was the first video that Dirty Sprocket ever produced. Get a chance on our YouTube page. Randy, Travis, and Me. So, yes, Randy, Travis, and Me is coming back. We're hopefully going to shoot in February and have something up. So, excited about that project as well. Other than that, our big things is, again, we've kind of mentioned this in previous dockets, but we're partnering with Epsom Films here in the Black Hills. Chris Monroe, who's Sprocketeer, his movie Reality Games, which will be shooting this spring. He's going to be having a Kickstarter soon, so I'm sure we will have a ton of information on that as that happens. And probably lastly is, I know it's something we've talked about for years because we shot it like 2 years ago. Jupiter and Mars is coming. I recently just watched almost the last edit. We are down to adding a couple of songs in, and we need an exterior of my trailer, and we've got it. So that is coming along with the Kickstarter for hopefully more Jupiter and Mars. Very excited about that. Yeah, more information on that coming.
I like it, so
There you go. Isaac approves.
that's what you need.
Yeah. So yeah, 2015. I think it's going to be an exciting year for Dirty Sprocket. Because we haven't gone a full year since our relaunch. I kind of look at this as the new incarnation of Dirty Sprocket, which kind of started in August when we relaunched the site and started working again. So I'm excited. This will be our first full year as the new group. Lots of stuff. So I think with that, I think we're going to go ahead and actually start talking about the topic tonight, which is we're going to recap a little bit of what we liked in 2014. So we're going to start with what your favorite thing that came out in 2014. And I'll go ahead and start. I got to say, as much as I loved so many different things, I think the one thing that made me the happiest last year was Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved it. I saw it in theater multiple times. It's a movie that I've been, the minute it was announced, it was coming out and being written and directed by James Gunn, my expectations were through the roof, and I was getting nervous that there's no way it could get, that it could match what I have in my head, and I just absolutely loved it.
And then it was everything that you wanted and more.
Yeah. It was,
Fun
It
fact.
was so awesome. Yes.
I made my mom watch it. She hates action movie stuff. She's all about the cheesy comedies and romantic comedies. And I was like, no, Mom, we're watching Guardians of the Galaxy. And she loved it, and her commentary was great.
It's kind of one of the few things we all agreed on in 2014. It was the biggest domestic movie of the year.
You deserved it.
Absolutely. Not the biggest worldwide, unfortunately, though. That goes to the fourth Transformers because. So. Yeah. But regardless, Guardians of the Galaxy. Kind of getting a horrible glare from my glasses here. Guardians of the Galaxy was my favorite kind of pop culture kind of thing from the last year. So, yeah. How about you guys?
Isaac, you want to go first, or?
Favorite thing from 2014? Boy, that's a toughie. I'm gonna have to go with a game called The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Really? That's your favorite thing last year?
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I've already put a ludicrous amount of time into it. It's a remake of another one of my favorite games, and it just does everything better. It's messed up. It's weird. It's got a little controversy behind it, like when the original came out, because of its religious content. But no, it's loads of fun, tons of replay content. You play a little boy who's naked, shooting tears out of his eyes.
Like you do.
It's nothing. Yeah. It's got my name in it.
Yeah, that's truly why. That's why it's your favorite.
Yeah.
I actually saw my brother playing that the other day. It looked interesting. I might have to give that one a shot. I haven't yet though, but might have to try it out. So.
Yeah.
All right. So
I wrote a whole blog post about it.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much you love it.
Yeah.
All right. Binding of Isaac from Isaac. Isaac's best thing of 2014. That was about the creepiest laugh ever. Thank you. And Isaac's dead. Isaac's gone. Oh,
Killed him.
All right. Allie, favorite thing last year.
All right. So this is kind of a lead-in to some of the music I'm going to talk about, because one of my favorite bands, Marianas Trench, released 2 singles this year, and they're off the new album, which will be coming out in 2015. And quite honestly, of all the Marianas Trench songs in the world, they're not my favorite, but they're still incredible because Marianas Trench. So, and one thing I love about one of the songs is it's called Pop 101, and it is so sassy. There's just sass dripping from it, and it's basically just it brings in pieces of pop songs and basically just lays out the format of every pop song ever, and it's great. And then Here's to the Zeros came out on Christmas, and also beautiful, also pretty sassy, also very serious. I love Marianas Trench.
All right, so
2 things, actually.
The what?
What?
I count 2 things.
Oh, 2 things.
Okay.
Well, we'll give it. It was Marianas Trench. We'll give you that.
There's a
And
theme.
I think that does lead in well because we're going to start talking about the things we're excited about for next year. So I think well, let's start off with music then. Allie's excited and ready to go.
Are you ready for this conversation?
I am ready. Tell us, what are you excited about?
All right, here we go. Got my notes. Okay. Fall Out Boy is releasing a new album. Pierce the Veil is releasing a new album. That's to be announced for the date and everything. Panic at the Disco is releasing a new album this summer. The one thing, the thing I really love about Panic at the Disco is none of their albums are the same. It's always different. All Time Low is releasing an album in March. And then I think there's been rumors, and it's not official yet, but 21 Pilots in 2015. And then some of the ones that I'm not actively going to follow, but that I'm excited to hear the music from is Imagine Dragons and Coldplay. All right, here's the big one. So Marianas Trench is finally releasing another album. Their last one, Ever After, it was either 2011 or 2012. I can't remember. And it was phenomenal. What it was a story album. So front to back, if you played the entire album front to back, it was one entire song. And then it had a story, it had the story that was laid out throughout the CD. And then we all knew the story. It came with the album. Basically, they released, this is the story of it. And we're all like, okay, yeah, this follows. But then there were some tight parts where it was kind of but this doesn't really match the story. But then you're like, oh, maybe the story was kind of an add-on. But then the By Now video came out, and you find out that the story of this guy, he goes to this toy land, and all these toys are having their hearts stolen by the evil queen, and there's just all this stuff going on. He's got to be the hero and everything. He's got to find this girl named Porcelain and get the key to unlock the box to release the hearts so that all the toys will stop being apathetic and fight back for their land. You find out that is actually in this guy's head, because this woman that he fell in love with and married shot him and left him to die. So as he's laying dying, he's just creating this alternate reality because he can't handle this. And it started earlier on, as she started getting crazier and evil. They started they were running this drug ring and all this stuff. And so it started there is he kind of had these two mindsets, and the porcelain, the princess in the Toyland is the part of his wife that he still loves, and is still this good person. And so he's got this, that's what they did with their last album, right? So the next album is also going to be themed and crazy and awesome, and he's going to bring in pieces of every album they've released. Because Ever After, the final song of Ever After and the final song of Masterpiece Theater, which is the album previous to Ever After, Masterpiece Theater 3, which is the final song on the Masterpiece Theater album, has a piece of every single song on the album. And then Ever After also ties in, the album has interlocking themes like Toy Soldiers and Porcelain Hearts, and this melody line that goes, oh, oh, and just stuff like that. And so they're going to put in stuff from all of their albums into the next album. Then... Oh man, sorry, I get really pumped up about Marianas Trench. So then they released some of their titles. So they have Pop 101 and they have Here's to the Zeros, which is pretty cool. One thing that I like about Here's to the Zeros is it's also kind of commenting on how music today is all about, it's party anthems, and we don't want things with a real meaning behind it, whatever, just get them dancing, stuff like that. And then it has one part that says, oh, how could I chop, call me maybe. And Josh Ramsey, who writes for Marianas Trench and is the lead singer, actually wrote Call Me Maybe, and that is the song he won an award for. Well, they're actually from Canada, so they win Canadian awards all the time, but in the U.S., people are like, who dat?
Everybody wins Canadian awards.
Let me explain you a thing. So,
I win Canadian awards.
So yeah, so I think that's kind of part of the sassiness of it, is just lines like that. And then yeah, I think part of the theme, my guess is going to be a lot on kind of pop music and trends and stuff, because there's a song title called #Shut Up and Kiss Me, stuff like that. I mean, then one of my absolute favorite things is, or two of them. I'll be done after these two, I promise. Okay, so they released 18 seconds of a song, and it is beautiful. I absolutely love it. Sometimes I will just go to YouTube and listen to it on repeat because it's so great, and I can't wait for this song. And then they also, what was else was I going to say? Oh yeah, in one of the studio updates, they actually have a song where they brought in 11 drummers. So I mean, they go all out. Like, they do crazy things. They do different things. Like on a song on Ever After, they play the water classes because they're creative. So I'm just really, really pumped for this.
Awesome. Now, I haven't heard of, beyond you just kind of talking about it and seeing it in the 2014 post, kind of talking about some of that stuff. So what kind of music is Mariana's Trench then? Like, like, how would you describe it to people who haven't listened to it?
It's hard because they have so many different aspects of things. Like, they have some more poppy songs, and they also have, I mean, I think they'd be kind of classified under like pop punk.
Okay.
But you know, as I've told you, like, the fact that I've actually done research into their music because it's so complex, so it's kind of hard to describe them, really. And I think they like it that way.
Sure. I think it's kind of interesting as you're kind of talking about these things, you know, like whole albums kind of being one song. And kind of looking into the lyrics and stuff, kind of reminds me of, I don't know, musically, but like Pink Floyd and stuff. Like, I always love listening to Pink Floyd albums, and they're like a whole song. It's one song, and it's all a story. And so that sounds interesting. I'm going to have to check them out then.
Yeah, and I just, like, they have harmonies all over the place, and it's just beautiful. I love it.
Awesome. So that is definitely Allie's top of 2015. Sounds like what she's definitely most excited about.
I am so pumped.
Well, good deal. That's exciting. It's a lot of cool sound of music coming out. As far as me, I don't know a whole lot. I don't follow enough. I usually pick up like, oh, there's this new album out. Great, I'll get it. So I usually don't know a lot ahead of time. I don't follow enough to really pay attention to release dates, except for there will be a new Modest Mouse album this year, which makes me extremely excited. They haven't done an album since 2007, so I'm very excited that they've got a new one out. I love Modest Mouse. Weird stuff. If you've never listened to any of theirs, it's definitely kind of rock, kind of progressive, some of that stuff, but always very, very odd. So yeah, I'm very excited about that one. They've released a song. I think the new album is going to be called Strangers to Ourselves. So yeah, very excited for that new album. Coming soon in 2015. Yeah, gonna have to keep an eye out for that one. I'll probably have to do a blog post or something when that comes out. Looks like March.
Yeah, I don't generally follow that, the music scene, which I feel bad about because it's a bunch of really cool people. And the one thing I was gonna mention got delayed till next year. So.
Oh, isn't that disappointing?
Yeah.
Delayed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's usually a good sign, even though it means longer wait.
All right. Well, I think that maybe does it for music for us, unless anybody else has any thoughts. I think
Sorry about the monopoly.
That is all right. That is all right. I think the next thing we talk about is probably going to be more taken up by Isaac and stuff he's interested in. We're talking about games coming up in 2015. I'm very excited. I've just recently, over Christmas, I picked up a PS4, so I can actually play new games again, which has been quite a while since I've been able to play new stuff. So, and I got to beat Dragon Age Inquisition before I do anything else. And yeah, I'm loving that game, so I'm very excited, but it's got me excited about other stuff coming out, and I think two games I'm most excited about in 2015 is there's a new Arkham game, Arkham Knight. I've played all the other Arkham games. Excited, looks a little bit more open world than the other ones.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like it's the entire like layout of Arkham City,
Hmm.
like not just the island or small chunk. It's supposed to be like everything this time.
Hmm.
Sounds interesting. You get the Batmobile this time.
Yep. I'm not in love with the fact that there's like a ton of machine guns on the Batmobile, which
Yeah.
seems a little odd, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt, though. The writing people that have written on the Arkham games are people that wrote on the Batman animated series from the 90s, which is fantastic. And Kevin Conroy is back as the voice of Batman. He wasn't in Arkham Origins, the last one, so I'm very excited he's going to be back as Batman. Oh, Isaac, go ahead and start talking about games. I have somebody at my door.
All right. So I got a list of games which are coming out this year that are pretty exciting. We got Mighty Number 9. That's a game by the guy who created Mega Man. He was disappointed that Capcom wasn't doing anything interesting, so he left and decided to make his own company and created a spiritual successor to the Mega Man games called Mighty Number 9. It's gonna be exciting. We got a few remakes. Majora's Mask for the 3DS. That's a remake of the classic Nintendo 64 game. We got Grim Fandango. I wrote a post about that a while back.
Yeah, the remake.
Remastered this year.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
going to be exciting.
And then the other remake is the Oddworld game is being made this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oddworld, Abe's Adventure, New and Tasty. The original. And there's a few games for the Wii U I'm going to bolster because I think they're honestly some of the more interesting stuff that comes out of the consoles. Not to put down the PS4 there. There's the Legend of Zelda game that doesn't have a title or much about it, but it's coming out this year, and you know, it's a series known for quality.
It's gonna be a big one.
And then there's Splatoon, which is Nintendo's like first shooter game, which is interesting. It's all about squids and ink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for that. That looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks like they've put a lot of work into it. It's always interesting when Nintendo does a new IP because they haven't done that since Pikmin.
Yeah.
Then, like you said, Arkham Knight, Witcher 3 comes out this year.
Yeah, that's actually on my list too. Now I haven't actually played the other Witcher games. I've heard really good things, but man, I'm so jazzed up about like Dragon Age and epic sword and fantasy and magic. Like I'm excited about the Witcher now. I'm like, I want more of this.
Yeah, I played a bit of Witcher 2, but it's such a meaty game that I got bogged down super quickly. But I'm gonna try and not let that happen this time around.
Yeah, looks gorgeous. Gorgeous looking game.
Yeah, the Project CD or Project Red, whatever their name is. I feel bad for forgetting.
Red.
Yeah, Project Red. They're all their games are like super well optimized. It's really nice. Then you got the next Metal Gear Solid game. I haven't really paid much attention to that series, but this one looks really interesting. A lot of people are really liking Ground Zeroes, and that was like a 2-hour piece of content for $40.
Yeah, that seemed a little dubious to me, but people are excited about it.
Yeah, so I figure it has to be good if people like that. The big ones I'm excited.
Sutherland. No more David Hayter as Snake. It's now being voiced by Kiefer Sutherland. There was a little bit of controversy around that one. For those of you that follow Metal Gear stuff. Sorry, what were you saying, Isaac?
I was about to get into the big three games that I'm really interested in this year. Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to come out this year. And that's a giant franchise that's been hovering around the third game for years after putting out in-between games for like 7 years now. I've been playing that franchise since the beginning. For people who don't know, it's like all the Disney franchises you could ever imagine, mixed in with like Final Fantasy characters for like a really interesting action game. And the reason I'm super excited for this one is because Disney's acquired so many new franchises. Like, they could have a Guardians of the Galaxy world, or they could have a Star Wars world now.
That would be very cool.
Yeah. Like seeing Donald Duck and Darth Vader in the same room.
That would be
Just hanging out,
that would be interesting.
being BFFs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, Star Wars Battlefield comes out this year too.
Yeah.
The EA's addition to the franchise hasn't had a game in like 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while since the last one.
Mm-hmm. And then the other game is an import from Japan. It's Persona 5, which is actually exclusive to the PS3 and PS4. So, you know. It's
There you go, Isaac. Dogging on the PS here. And
it's a pretty standard JRPG, except it's also got like a sim aspect to it. You play as a group of high schoolers going around doing high schooler stuff, and then they throw in all this supernatural stuff, like the world's going to be thrown into fog if you can't figure out who's murdering all your schoolmates and teachers. That was the last game. They all have like super unique plots and whatnot. Really interesting characters. It's Persona 4 was probably my favorite game ever.
Oh.
So, yeah.
All right.
It's exciting to see another game in that franchise.
That's one. A couple of video game people I follow online. I've never played any Persona games, but they're always talking about how much they love the Persona games. So.
Yeah. No, they're really fun. They're really enjoyable. They're like engrossing. They're 80-hour games. Like and at the end of the game, there's ways you can screw up and get a terrible ending, and you have to play through the entire game again to get a good ending, which can add 10 hours to the game.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And I did that, so I ended up with a lot of hours in Persona.
You know that actually
4.
used to be a very common thing in adventure games, old adventure games, because it would be called Walking Dead. Is you could basically do something in the game that means you cannot finish the game, but you don't know it.
Ooh.
So you could screw yourself in the first couple hours and not know it until towards the end of the game, and then you literally cannot beat the game. You can't go back. There's nothing you can do. It is done. That used to happen quite a bit. It was about the most obnoxious thing ever. If that happened to you, you're like, I can't finish this game. I got to start over.
Yeah. Now that I've bored Allie, we can go on to other stuff.
Alrighty, we'll go ahead and go to our next category. Let's talk about TV. Stuff we're excited about. New stuff and stuff that's coming back. For me, a couple things I'm very excited about, at least returning-wise, is the final season of Justified is this year, and the final season of Parks and Rec is this year.
So excited for Parks and Rec.
So pumped for Parks and Rec.
That's next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Soon. Yeah, I'm very excited. They're burning it off, though, which makes me sad. They're going to air 2 episodes a night for like 6 weeks, and then they're going to be done. They're just shoving it out the door, which is sad to see. A show, as great as that is, and the network just obviously doesn't give it a shit. As much as they're like, oh, we're celebrating. No, you're not. You're burning it off, so it's off, and you're done. So
I'm kind of surprised that, because it felt like there was such a solid ending within, was it the 6th season? I think it was the 6th season. How it was like 3 years later, blah, blah, blah. Leslie's got her dream job. There's triplets.
Spoilers.
Oh, spoilers. Sorry. I forget about that. So I know I thought that was the end. I thought that was just a really solid, clean end. And then I found out there was another season, and I was like, well, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I think it was one of those. Oh, sorry, Isaac.
No, I'm not sure if I'm a minority here, but I really like the idea that the final season is going to be really weird because Parks and Rec, for everything it's done, like that seems normal. It's really broken a lot of like odd boundaries before. I think it's kind of exciting to have the last season to be set in the future.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about it. I was just surprised, and I'm excited to see what they do there.
I think from what I had kind of read, a lot of it was I think they weren't exactly sure they were going to be coming back for another season, so there was a good chance, I think, at the time that would have been the series finale. So I think they went in high, and then also I think one thing they were talking about that if they did do another season, one reason for the time jump was they felt like they had already dealt with pregnancy with Anne
Yeah.
last season, that they didn't want to just kind of rehash what they'd already just done. So that was also kind of the idea of just like, well, let's just skip her being pregnant. We're just going to go right past it and not worry about it. So, but regardless, one way or the other, I'm super excited. I love Parks and Rec. Sad to see it go, but I'm kind of okay too. It's one of those, I would hate to see it be run into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're not there, so I feel like it's maybe a good time to end it. End strong.
Don't let it become another The Office.
Yeah, it goes on just a little too long. Kind of, I feel very similar with Justified. I haven't actually seen the last season of Justified. It's out now. I just got to pick it up so I can see it. So I need to catch that before the new one starts. But I love Justified. That's another one of my favorite shows out there. Watched the whole run. Great modern day Western. Timothy Olyphant is just a badass, and Walton Goggins is great in it. And excited to see what they do. Very excited for the final season. So that's coming out in 2015. Other than that, a couple other returning shows are actually all on HBO that I'm super excited about. Game of Thrones, April 12th, just got announced.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones will be back. I'm excited for that. That's a show my wife and I, we sit down on Sunday nights to watch Game of Thrones, when it's on. Or have people over even to watch it. That is appointment viewing. So I am very excited for the new season. I haven't read the books. My wife has. I haven't. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm very excited to see what they do with it. So
there's another show on FX I thought you'd be excited for return this year.
What's that?
Archer.
Oh yeah, I haven't kept up with Archer, I think is the thing. I watch it kind of off and on. I'll kind of get caught up over time. And I love Archer, but I think it's just one of those that I kind of watch it whenever, so.
Yeah.
I've been seeing stuff that's come back, and I love Archer. But. So, Archer will be back. Other HBO stuff, I don't know if any of you guys saw The Leftovers, which was a new show last year, based on a book. It's kind of after a rapture type event. It's never really stated if it is the rapture, if it's not the rapture, anything like that, but all these people disappear, and it's kind of these people dealing with it after the fact. I loved it. It was a little divisive. It's a depressing show. Horribly depressing, but it was kind of another one that it was kind of finishing up. It kind of started right after Game of Thrones finished last season, so we kind of just Game of Thrones right into Leftovers, and loved that one. So I'm really excited to see where they go with that. And then the other HBO show I'm very excited about is Silicon Valley, the Mike Judge show on there. I actually just rewatched the entire first season yesterday with Paul. He came over and we watched all of it. So I thought that show was brilliant. I thought it was one of the funniest shows I've seen in years. Very excited to see. Totally realized, too, when I went back through my best of list for 2014, I totally skipped it because I totally just brain farted it because it should have been on my top 5 list.
Yeah. No,
great comedy.
I would love to watch more HBO stuff. It's just I don't have HBO.
Well, the great thing is this year HBO is finally launching where you can get HBO Go separate from an HBO account. So you no longer have to have cable to get it. So, me too.
Finally, I can watch.
I don't always have
Silicon
cable.
Valley and Game of Thrones and Leftovers you just mentioned.
Leftovers, fantastic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Very, very good. Just not a happy show at all.
So is there going to be another season of Bob's Burgers in 2015?
Yeah, it's actually going
I'm
right
excited
now.
for that.
Oh, okay. Cause
That's kind of why I didn't list it. It's technically already kind of going, but
gotcha.
go ahead,
Okay.
Allie.
No, I was just going to say I wasn't sure if it was or not, but I felt like it probably was, so I was excited about that.
Yes, Bob's Burgers. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, another show I love on Fox. They're still going, so awesome. Both really funny shows.
But you could say you're excited for season 6, which is coming this year,
Well,
even though
yeah.
season 5 isn't done.
Fox is weird, especially with their animated stuff. There's no rhyme or reason to when Bob's Burgers is on or what constitutes a season.
Yeah.
That's why I like coming home, because we have like on demand, and I can just catch up on all the things that aren't on Netflix yet.
There you go. Yes, I have Hulu Plus now, where I've had for a while, and I love that, so I can watch some of those stuff before, since some of it isn't on Netflix forever. So, I think there's a bunch of new shows I'm really interested in. We'll see how good they are. Better Call Saul, the spinoff of
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
That's the one I'm really excited for.
That's coming soon. Love Bob Odenkirk.
I never actually finished Breaking Bad. I know. I got to the middle of season 4, and then I ran out of time.
I never
So
watched Breaking Bad.
good. Watch
I watched-
Breaking Bad.
Like half of one episode in a dressing room while I was curling my hair once.
Watch Breaking Bad. Brilliant
Yeah.
TV.
No, my favorite episode of any TV show ever was probably from Breaking Bad. The,
Which one was that?
The Fly episode.
I was gonna say that is one of my favorite episodes, The Fly.
Yeah.
I think I would put Breaking Bad as maybe, for me, the best show that's happened since The Wire. So.
Yeah. No, that episode had almost nothing to do with the actual plot of the entire season, and it was one of the best episodes I've ever seen of any show.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, this one actually is going right now, or just started. I've been kind of interested to watch that Agent Carter on ABC, the spin-off of Captain America. That was this week, so I need to watch it on Hulu when I get a chance. But I was excited about that one. I like that character. I really liked the first Captain America, so honestly, way more excited about that than any more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Carter looked way more exciting to me.
Apparently, if you can get past the first 10 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it gets super good, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's on Netflix. I need to go in and watch it. Because I kind of stopped about halfway through, and it's probably right around that, where it's just kind of it isn't bad, but it's not
My dad loved it.
great.
Then I heard Robert bad-mouthing it on a different Sprocket Docket.
Yes. So Robert does bad mouth stuff. Robert wants me to mention Westworld, which is kind of HBO.
Hi, Robert.
And then there's
a remake of an old 70s movie with the old
there's Tommy Wiseau's show.
Oh, God.
That
I
looks,
think that was actually shot a couple of years ago.
yeah.
We need to do a whole... I'm sure when the movie podcast gets up and running, I'm sure we're going to talk about Tommy Wiseau, because there's so much to talk about.
I saw a interview with him
Tearing me
on.
apart, Lisa.
I saw an interview with him on the AV Club about his show. It's the last thing he mentions is he calls the interviewer a prick.
Yes,
That was great.
Because Tommy Wiseau was a crazy person. That's
Yes.
important to remember. Yeah, shocking. Other than that, other shows I'm excited about on Fox is Last Man on Earth. It's by the people who made the 21 Jump Street movie and the Lego movie and the show Clone High. They got a great Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Maybe one day we'll go back to Clone High. That's my dream.
Maybe. But it's a show with Will Forte from Saturday Night Live. Is The Last Man on Earth. Now, there are a couple of other actors that have been cast in it. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but if you see the trailer, it is a post-apocalyptic, and Will Forte is the only person left on Earth. And it looks very interesting. I don't know how they're going to do it as a show, but I wasn't sure how they were going to make a Lego movie good, and they found a way. So
Yeah. I don't know. The title just reminds me of Why the Last Man. It's probably not like that. Like
Not
Why the
quite,
Last
not yeah.
Yeah, because Why the Last Man is just there's one guy in a world full of girls.
Yeah, because he's literally just the last man.
Yeah, sounds like the last human.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. So I'm
But
excited.
no, they'll introduce like tons of girl characters.
Awesome. More employment opportunity.
My wife just mentioned Gallivant, which started this week. Which
I was going to talk about Gallivant.
oh, you're gonna okay, good.
Okay.
Gallivant.
No, I was waiting.
Okay. Tell us about Gallivant.
I actually watched the first 2 episodes, and the thing about it that I love is it's so cheesy, but it's the kind of cheesy that's like, we're trying to be cheesy. We're letting you know this is cheesy. Because I cannot stand movies that are like, take us seriously. We're so serious. Oh, goodness, we're so serious. This is just, it's hilarious, and it's just got random musical numbers, which is like my life, and I love it, and it's hilarious, and just watch it forever. Okay.
Good. Yeah, that's one we've been waiting for, so it's out. We just haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but it looks like a lot of fun, and it's got Magnitude from Community. Plays as Squire. So.
That's who that. I was like, that guy looks so familiar.
And Harry Potter. The
Now I
black
know.
kid in Harry Potter, because there weren't many in Harry Potter, but he was in Harry Potter. Pop, pop. That was the greatest. If you watch Community.
Huh.
We got another animated show that's coming back this year. Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, Rick and Morty. Yes, definitely very excited for Rick and Morty. I had that on my list, top 5. Great show by Dan Harmon of Community.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the most batshit insane version of Back to the Future. Not necessarily the Back to the Future, but the young guy hanging out with a crazy scientist.
It's brilliant. I need to like watch all the episodes. I've seen like half of them.
Oh yeah, watch those. They're dark. Some of the episodes are dark. So no, awesome. Yeah, Rick and Morty come back. Beyond that, we've got Daredevil, the Netflix show.
Yeah.
Will be, I think, announced for April. I believe March or April is when that's coming out. Excited for that. I'm excited for all the Netflix shows.
Yeah. New season of House of Cards.
I've seen like the first 2 episodes of that. I need to watch House of Cards. I liked it. Kevin Spacey with his ridiculous Southern accent.
Kevin Spacey is Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
It's Kevin Spacey.
Awesome. So that's exciting. I'm actually excited for an M. Night Shyamalan thing, which feels weird to say in this day and age, because it's hard to remember sometimes that he actually made some good movies. Unbreakable is like one of my favorites. I love that movie. I love Signs, even though the kind of twist at the end is really stupid. I really love Signs.
That's where he got his reputation for terrible twists.
Yeah, it was a great movie, stupid twist. But he has a show coming out of Fox, and it's kind of being likened to Twin Peaks, kind of an odd show. It's called Wayward Pines, starring Matt Dillon. Looks interesting. They've really only released 1 trailer, and it didn't really give you a lot of information. It's supposed to be kind of odd and different, so they're not really giving you a lot ahead of time. But I'm at least willing to give that one a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll see how it goes, but I will give it a shot because it does look kind of fun. I love Twin Peaks, so be curious to see. He's kind of got to earn back some trust, though. And then I think the last big thing I'm super excited for in 2015 is a new show that has been announced, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That looks so like bonkers.
There is a TV show coming out. It's Showtime, I think, or Cinemax. One of the other. I have to look that up real quick. But yes, and it is Bruce Campbell back as Ash, and it follows after Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Stars. It's on Stars. That is coming in 2015. There really isn't a lot of information out, just that it is happening. And unlike forever, people have been talking about Army of Darkness 2 or Evil Dead 4 is totally coming out, and it never has. This was actually confirmed. It's happening.
It's real.
Yep, there will be an Ash versus the Evil Dead TV show, which I am beyond excited because those are my favorite movies. Ridiculous and awesome. And Bruce Campbell is back as Ash.
Ash is like one of my favorite characters ever.
He's such a great. I actually have a bunch of comic books, which I hope maybe they kind of take off some thoughts of the comic books, because the comic books are actually great, and it just explores more of what a horrible person the character of Ash is, because he is the worst. But that's what makes him awesome.
Mm.
So, yeah. So I'm excited about that. Any other TV you guys are interested in the next year before we move on?
I don't know. There's Flash, I guess. I haven't really watched it, but everyone's like, it's great.
Yeah, I hear people talk about that one. Eventually, I'm sure I'll watch it.
Flash is like my favorite DC hero, so I have to watch it eventually.
Yes.
Except for Booster Gold, but he's never gonna get a show.
He was on Smallville.
Yeah, for an episode. There's like Wait, no, there's actually another show this year. Red Shirts on Sci-Fi. It's there was a book I read a while back called Red Shirts. Since I think it comes out this year. I'm gonna keep going regardless. It's it's one of the. Is it Sci-Fi? It's FX. It's one of their miniseries shows like Fargo produced. It's based on a book that was based on Star Trek. It's like a parody of Star Trek, where the main characters are the side characters of the. I forget the name of the ship, but it's this really interesting amalgamation of breaking the fourth wall to some extent. Like, the characters in the thing immediately realize there's something really weird on this spaceship. Like, things will happen for no reason. It's like they're inside a terrible 80s sci-fi show. And they go around trying to figure out exactly what's happening, and it's a crazy adventure, and I'm really excited to see the TV show version of it.
Cool. Sounds good. What were you going to say, Allie?
Oh, I just had a fun fact about The Flash. That
okay.
My acting professor went to high school, or not high school, went to college with the female lead on that show.
Really?
And the acting 1 class, I think it was, got to Skype with her one day, so
Awesome.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. Always love when you kind of find those weird things of like.
Well, I like it because that means he's connected with people that are currently in the that particular business, because that's where I want to go. So that's handy for me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Alrighty. Well, I think we're gonna move on to our last category of the night. We're gonna talk about movies.
Ooh.
What we were excited about.
There's a lot of good movies this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Well, hopefully good movies. We shall
Hopefully
see.
good.
I think honestly one coming up that I'm excited about that I don't know if many people are is Hot Tub Time Machine 2. I am very excited about this movie. I loved Hot Tub Time Machine when it came out. I own it. I've seen it a bunch of times. Super excited about the next one. I think the trailer had me busting out laughing. I love that Adam Scott is in it now. I think he's a great addition to the cast. So, Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
I feel terrible. I don't watch many comedies. It's not because I don't like them, but like I haven't seen Hot Tub Time Machine. I haven't seen a lot of the Seth Rogen stuff, but I know they're like supposed to be great. But there's been a stigma that I've had against comedy movies because so many of them are terrible that I'm just scared of going to watch them.
Find the right ones. Watch Hot Tub Time Machine. It is awesome. When you actually literally have a moment where a character turns to the camera and says, it's like some kind of hot tub time machine. And it looks at the camera.
It's the kind of stuff I love.
It is hilarious. I love it. Great movie. After that, because I've kind of got them in order a little bit, of course, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron.
Wait, that comes out next? What?
No. Yes, very excited. Yes.
The trailer comes out in 4 days. Next trailer.
Good, because I have actually not really been in love with the last trailer.
I liked it a lot. I watched it a few
times. But what I am excited about though is James Spader as Ultron, because James Spader just naturally feels like an evil character. So I love that he's going to be an evil robot. So
I know,
More
like
James
all the
Bond.
I know the characters have been like saying that it's probably their favorite villain script they've ever read. So
Cool. Good. Well, I think that's one thing that a lot of times Marvel movies, I think the one criticism I have is I think a lot of times their villains are a little underdeveloped. So I'd be excited for one that maybe has a little, gives you a little bit more with the villain. So,
yeah,
but hearing good preliminary things, people talking about it, getting good positive buzz. So I think it's going to be great. They've yet to put out a bad movie, so I have no fear that this one's going to be awesome too.
have you seen the Duck movie? What was this?
How with the Duck. It's not really a Marvel Studios movie. It was a Marvel movie, but it was not a Marvel Studios. And yes, I have seen Howard the Duck. And it is
And then he
terrible.
waddle away. Waddle, waddle.
Yeah. I just need to add that in, and then it'll be okay.
Yeah.
After that, I think I honestly might be a little. This is on par for me with Avengers. Is the new Mad Max?
Yeah,
Fury Road.
it looks exciting. I never watched the original Mad Max or any. It's.
Night! My parents
I
are
know it's
old
a
and
great-
are going to bed.
That is okay. I probably should be. You should too, Allie. You're going to be 20.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
well,
be
at a
up for
reasonable
like 4
time.
hours trying to do laundry and pack, so
I got school tomorrow
whatevs.
Oh.
and homework.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Ha, sucks for you, high schooler. Boo.
Okay. Mad Max. Yes, I love the original trilogy of movies, even though really the only great one is Road Warrior. The original Mad Max is okay. It's very different than the later Mad Maxes. Road Warrior is just friggin' awesome. And Beyond Thunderdome is awesome and terrible at the same time. Tina Turner is the villain and gets to sing the song about Thunderdome.
Huh.
It gets really weird in the second act when Mad Max meets these children and helps them. It kind of feels like a different movie, but the first act is amazing when he gets to fight Master Blaster in the actual Thunderdome. Who run Butter Town? Master Blaster. So, Mad Max, yes. I'm excited. I like Tom Hardy. I think he's a good replacement for Mel Gibson, who's too old to play it now. I like Charlize Theron. She's in it. It's the director of the original Mad Max movies as well, George Miller. He's directing it. So I think the trailer looks bonkers and crazy and all the stuff that a Mad Max movie should be. So very excited for Mad Max.
I don't know. So I got a few movies I'd like to throw out there.
Okay.
I put this one down as a question mark because I'm really scared about it, but I like the idea behind it. And there's a lot of great actors in it, but the lead actor really scares me. It's Pixels. It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing stuff.
Yeah, but it's got like an amazing cast. It's got everyone you'd want in like a video game movie except Adam Sandler.
Guess Adam Sandler, yeah. Adam Sandler can do good things, so I guess
He can do good
it's
things.
gonna be the question is if it's gonna be good Adam Sandler show up or bad Adam Sandler show up. I think the key is it doesn't have all of his friends in it, so it might be okay. It'd be different if Rob Schneider and everybody was in it. Then you would just know that this is gonna be a piece of shit, but they're not, so maybe it might be good.
Maybe.
There's no Kevin James in it, so
Yeah.
yeah, that one looks interesting.
And then The Martian, which is by Ridley Scott. Like he's a hit or miss director. I realize this, but it's set on Mars. It's based on a book, so I'm hopeful. It was probably my favorite book of last year that I read last year. Was put out in 2011. It's about this engineer. It's set in the near future. It's about this engineer who finds himself alone on Mars after his team leaves him to die. But they do that because they think he's already dead. Like, the mission's a failure. There's a giant dust storm that's threatening to wipe out everybody. So he gets left behind. It's like everyone thinks he's dead, and it's about it's his story about how he manages to survive or not survive Mars. It's really interesting tale. It's like Castaway and some sci-fi thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I think we are coming to the hour mark, so I think we're going to kind of wrap it up here. What I want, we'll go individually and just kind of rattle off the other movies you're excited for in the next year, and then I think we'll probably call it a night here. For me, the rest of the other movies I'm really excited about, Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
They really haven't announced a whole lot of what it's about, but great cast, great director, and the little teaser trailer I think looked really cool. So
I wasn't blown away
that
by
one.
it. Yeah.
It's just they're not saying a whole lot of what it is, so I'm very interested to see. Jurassic World.
So. Yeah. Chris Pratt.
Yes, Chris Pratt. And I love the Jurassic Park movies. I remember seeing the first one in the theaters. I've seen all of them in theaters. Very excited. That theme, the Jurassic Park theme, that starts playing, and that gets me. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. Of course, I'm seems like one of the few people that actually like Jurassic Park 3. Seems like everybody hated that movie. I liked it. So I'm very excited for that. And my last thing, trailer just got released this week. I am excited for Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd superhero movie, so I'm in. I really don't care a whole lot of anything else. I just need to know. At one point, Paul Rudd rides an ant.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Like a dragon. He rides it like a dragon.
I am in.
The movies I'm excited for, Pixar's 2 movies this year, Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur. Star Wars 7. Pitch Perfect 2. You know.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Pitch Perfect's great.
Yes.
It's that movie you hate until you watch it.
All right.
You should watch it, Derek.
Well, okay, I love that Pentatonics is going to be in it. That makes me so happy.
Don't know what that is.
They are an a cappella group that is amazing. I met them. They're great.
Okay. All right. What else you got, Isaac?
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It's being remade. The Jungle Book. I wasn't a big fan of the original Disney Jungle Book, but it seems like there's a lot of great people in this one. So.
Benedict Cumberbatch, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm really excited for the Peanuts.
I actually had that. I kind of had that as a question mark on my list, but yeah, I actually think the Peanuts movie looks good, which I never thought I would say.
Yeah,
I think the key thing is they have actual young kid actors doing the voice. All the original Peanuts movies, the animated ones, that was actually a big thing Charles Schultz wanted, is they had to hire kids to voice the kids. They were never adults, so that's why in the specials they sound different. Because they had to replace them because they got too old to play the roles. So, but they did that with the new ones. So, I am excited, cautiously optimistic, I guess.
Yeah, no, I like the animation style too.
Anything else on your list there, Isaac?
No, that was my list.
Okay, Allie, anything you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for the last 5 years. Because, I'm interested to see how they do it because as the stage musical only has 2 characters and everything. So, also it has Anna Kendrick, and I'm kind of interested to see how she's going to play that role. She's Kathy. And I'm also kind of interested as we have done the last 5 years, so it's kind of something that's a little more personal. Like, we did it at Bellfish Community Theater, 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
That was a while ago, but I'm just, I don't know, when you feel kind of like personal with a show because you've been a part of it. I worked backstage, but it's interesting to see how they turn it into a movie. Also, Pitch Perfect 2. I'm with you on that one, Isaac.
Yeah.
And then simply because book-to-movie adaptions terrify me because I love books and I love them so much. And there's so many times when I've yelled at the screen. Because I'm like, that's not right! That's not even close! You couldn't even get the hair color right! It's not that hard! And I freak out. Especially over little details that are so easy to get right. I'm like, you didn't have to change that! So Paper Towns, I'm interested to see because it's by the same author as The Fault in Our Stars. And the Fault in Our Stars adaptation was actually pretty decent. You know, it didn't make me super angry, so that's a plus. So I'm just kind of excited to see if they do that again. Maybe if John Green's going to be as a big of part of it as he was with the Fault in Our Stars. And then going off that, I actually am very excited for Insurgent because I thought they did a good job with Divergent as well. And I was really afraid when I saw that who they picked as the lead actress, because all I knew her from was this TV show that I hated. But then I watched it, and she did a really good job. And I was like, I like you. So I'm pretty excited to see if Insurgent follows a trend of, being pretty good. So those are mine.
Yeah. That's what I'm scared about The Martian, because I love the book so much.
Yeah,
Scared
no. One of my
Yeah.
Percy Jackson, that movie was
Oh, God,
so
that was terrible.
Oh man. And then the City of Bones movie was so awful. Like, just the stupidest things that they did not have to do. It made me so mad. I was pretty happy when Divergent didn't suck. Same with like the Hunger Games trilogy. Because I really like Jennifer Lawrence.
Quadrology.
And then,
Quadrology or whatever, since they had to break it up into 4 movies instead of 3.
Yeah, but as far, like, there are some details that could have easily been put in that weren't, but still, I was okay with it because it wasn't terrible.
That needs to go in the box. The last Hunger Games movie. It wasn't terrible. Halle Berry.
I don't know.
Actually, I haven't seen Mockingjay Part 1 yet, so.
So
I
might
think
be terrible. Halle Berry.
I haven't read the Hunger Games books, but just seeing the movies, I really didn't like the first one, and then I really, really liked the second one.
I really liked the second one.
I was okay with the third one.
I need to go see that one, but.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I kind of agree. The first movie, I didn't read the books, but I didn't really.
They got
like
a new
the
director.
First movie.
When they gave the first director, they gave him his time frame. He was like, "I'm out," and so they got a new director, and he stepped up. So that's pretty cool.
I just hated the amount of shaky cam in the first Hunger Games movie.
Oh yeah, they
It was
gave me
weird.
like nausea.
Two characters are talking. Camera needs to go this.
When I read a book, I kind of like marry myself to it. So then I feel like personally offended when they ruin the movie. I'm like, they did this to me on purpose, specifically to me. So.
All right. Well, I think we'll kind of start wrapping it up here. I'm excited. I think 2015 for Dirty Space could be a really exciting year. I think there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. So, just hope it follows through and is totally awesome for everybody. And, I'm sure you'll be hearing from us at the site and various different podcasts and blogs and stuff about what we think about all the stuff we were talking about tonight. I'm sure it'll come up when it actually comes out, and we'll let you know if it sucks or is actually as awesome as we were hoping it was going to be. So I think with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thanks, Allie and Isaac, for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're welcome for my presence.
Oh, there you go.
I'm kidding.
Hopefully we'll be back with a new docket maybe in a couple of weeks. And, just keep checking the site. We got a lot of stuff coming out all the time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. If you like what you saw, comment, share, all that goodness. Subscribe on YouTube. Helps us out. Helps us keep making stuff. So with that, we'll wish you good night. So, good night, Internet.
Good night.